right, Miss Milo Cat, come here. We are doing a little clicker training. And Milo's such a smart girl. We've learned sit, sit, good girl. So far, that's the only thing we've successfully learned. Now the trick here is to get her to get up again so we can tell her to sit again. Come here. Can you move? Can you get up and move? Hey. She learned the sit. Now she kind of knew how to sit already. She's watching my hand because I have food. Watch her because she starts snapping at me when I try to make her move. All right, come here, Milo. Sit, sit, sit. Good girl. Now we're cheating because she did understand sit before, but she didn't always do it. But boy, we got it now, don't we? You come over here? I'm trying to teach her some things I need to teach her, which is a little more complicated, is I want her to learn to get in her seat. I want to say seat and her get up in her seat. That's a safety thing. We haven't quite, that's too complicated. Now I tell her to get in her seat and all she does is go everywhere but her seat. But boy, we got sit. Now we're trying to learn things like lay down and come. Come is a good one, but there's not enough room in here to really learn that one. Lay down, lay down. Okay. Sit. Boy, we got sit. Sit's a good one. We're probably too close to the camera. Can you come over here? Mark. There's something I probably ought to teach her so I can get her to go where I want her. Come over here. Milo. Over here. Say Mark. Mark. I may not be doing that right, but we're gonna get it. She's got sit down, so we need to start learning something else now. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Mark. Right there. It's right here, you goofball. Sit. Cats are totally trainable. You just have to find, and well, most cats are totally trainable. I can't say they all are, but I think with enough work and patience you could, but boy, she's smart. She's getting this pretty fast. Mark. It's right here. Now, this is the mark thing. I just started that like right this minute. And so we need to start learning mark and put her feet there, but if I can get her the idea that I want her to go to a certain spot, then we'll maybe try it. It's a little more complicated, and it's not even something I've ever learned how to do with a dog. But we'll get it. We're gonna get it, aren't we? Mark. Sit. Hey, Milo. 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 Sit. Important thing I learned about clicker training, because it's also the first time I've ever clicker trained, is you have to load the clicker. Which, what I learned about that is you start teaching her, the clicker means food. She does what she does what she's supposed to. At first I would just say her name, I'd hit the clicker, she'd get a piece of food. Now we've moved on to doing things. Milo, sit. And cats have a shorter attention span than dogs. You can only do this for so long. Mark. Mark. Mark may turn into come. But I don't have enough room to teach come in here. We don't have enough space. Milo, sit. Once I get her to where she really understands this clicker and then I'm trying to get her to do something, we're going to start learning more complicated things. Seat, which is going to mean come get in your seat. That's important. That's really kind of a big deal. Just like to teach her to get in her carrier on command. Mark. Mark. If I could get her to come where I point, that would be great. Milo. Mark. Oh, she has a motorcycle. Distracted. Mark. Could maybe this Mark could turn into getting her seat too. This could be useful for other things. Sit. Good girl. Now, this gets repetitive, and I think she's just doing things just what she thinks I want her to do, but hey, this is like the third day of this. Mark? This is the third day of clicker training. I'm impressed that we've got this far. Milo, sit. Now, she really is smart, and she's really calm. I don't know how hard this would be with a cat that wasn't real calm. Mark? Now, when I started this on the first day, I couldn't get her to go anywhere by putting a piece of food in front of her. She would just lay down and look at me like, you're supposed to give me the food. So this today is the first day that this kind of thing where I could put a piece of food and get her to go where I wanted, where the food was. This is the first day this has happened. Mark? Let's try something here. She's fast here. Milo. Mark? No, see, there's no food involved. I'm not holding the food. Mark? I think that's Mark? That's gonna come with time, I think. Just like your dog, you could teach him to sit, and eventually you can teach him to sit without the food. Milo, sit. We'll get there. Right now I'm having to use the food to lure her to where I'm saying Mark. Milo, Mark? Milo, Mark? You're a smart girl. This is the last one. Last one. You already... Okay, I can't do that because you already did it. Come over here. How about here? Mark? Okay, that's the last piece. All done. Show your hands. It's like poker. You have to do this with your dogs, too. All done. Show your hands. We had to get used to the clicker. I think the clicker scared her at first. I'd click it and she would just like go the opposite direction. But 3 days in, we have learned that the noise of the clicker means that I did something right and I'm going to get a piece of food. Isn't it? When I started out to load the clicker, is I said her name, and as soon as she looked at me, I'd click it and give her food, because that was a pretty easy one. She did that anyway. You'd say her name and she'd look at you. So we did that. That's pretty much all we did the first day. And then yesterday, and I think it's important to do it every day, at least for a few minutes until she really catches on. Yesterday we started sit. Oh, don't you barf on my bed. I don't even know if you could see her. She's over here. She tried to barf on my bed. Yesterday we started sit. I mean, pretty much in 5 minutes she had that. And you saw today, I didn't take much. And so today we added, I don't want to do it because I don't have a piece of food in my mouth, was the mark. And tomorrow, I think what we'll start learning is where I can do mark with just my finger and maybe not physically be holding a piece of food, but that might come later. But I said I was wanting to try this, so I knew she was really smart. So, yep, she's catching on pretty quick. I think we're going to be able to learn all kinds of things. I tried yesterday, before we just started trying to sit, because one of the big important things I want her to learn is her seat, to get in her seat. I think that was too complicated, because I'd say get in your seat, and I'd hold the piece of food over there, and she would run everywhere but the seat, and stare at me like I was trying to poison her. So, simple things. I think you need to start with simple things. She's smart, but maybe we need a little learning curve going on here. So, it's the start of our clicker training. I'll maybe do a few more videos of these when we start learning some more complicated things, a few more commands. Another big thing we want to learn is how to walk a little bit better. I don't know if the clicker training can help with that or not, but boy, we're going to try it. Alright, well, we're back on the road. APU doesn't work. Well, it works. It runs. The AC doesn't work. Again, we took it to the shop. It worked one day, and we're not blowing cold air again. Hey, gotta go figure. Thing's a piece of junk. I'm tired of fooling with it. It's getting cool now. We can run fans. We made it most of the summer without it. There's another motorcycle out there. I think we can make it through September and October without it. We just Try not to stop in the middle of the day when it's hot. So, you guys have a good day, and hopefully we keep on running and our new truck comes in a month or so. We hope. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.